Hi everyone, this is Kathleen Baber with Apricot Tree Planning, and I'm coming at you today with a plan with me featuring a printable kit. So I ended up doing a voiceover on this because for some reason the video and audio just would not get into sync when I was trying to edit. So I'm doing this kind of sped up so that you don't end up with a 1 hour long plan with me, which is kind of ridiculous, even if I am chatty. So I guess that's part of that, was just being out of my normal routine and how to work a regular kit, because this one is actually for an Erin Condren planner, and I use a happy planner. So I was a little bit at a loss how I was going to adapt that to make it work right. I knew I couldn't use those date covers because they're just too narrow for how much space we have on the happy planner. And I love Erin Condren sticker kits because of the big washi at the bottom. When I make those kits for my shop, I'm always just so jealous that I don't normally use those in my planner, because they're just always so pretty. So anyhow, I'm just trying to figure out here how I'm going to get the most real estate for planning, but still get to use that pretty washi. And so I decided to do like a thin washi at the top, thinnish, it's not like a 1/4 inch or one of the teeny tinies, but just kind of covering up some of that blue, trying to decide here. I end up going straight across the top with the full boxes. And it looks like I'm struggling a little to get that straight. There we go. And it's such a pretty kit. So this is from Paper Crown Planner. And I saw this kit in a haul that Nikki Plus 3 did, and I just was so taken with it. I thought it was so perfect for January because it's got the reds, but it's also got so much of the pretty navy, and I am a sucker for gingham check. You'll probably notice that in a lot of my kits there's some element of gingham in there because I just love it. And there we go. There's the last full box down. So I think then the next thing, yes, is I went ahead and I put down the to-do headers, and then I butted the to-do full boxes right up against those. And honestly, I found this to be a fun challenge. I'd never adapted an Erin Condren kit before. There's a couple things I probably would do different if I do one of these again, which I probably will now that I kind of have some ideas in my head how they might work. I actually like the smaller to-do check boxes in an Erin Condren format. I think that works pretty nicely. But I like having a lot of space for my today section for putting in quarter boxes and labels and stuff. So that part I really do like about, the Happy Planner size. So here I go back and I kind of changed some things real quick. I have learned that little spatula, that little painter's palette thingy, works really well for not just cutting washi, but for trying to get underneath stickers sometimes when they don't want to peel up very easily. There we go. I decided that I didn't like that little bit of green just poking out. And usually on Saturdays and Sundays, I don't do full check boxes, even though, you know, the kit had for all the way across. Definitely Sundays I don't do a lot of to-dos. Saturdays sometimes, but if I have an outing or something planned, it's just not going to happen. So here's where I got super creative. For me anyway. And that is, I went ahead and I used that bottom washi right there. And I think it just turned out really kind of neat. So what I would do differently is, I wish I had thought about it to put across the top. I think it would have fit really well over the dates. And I think that would have been lovely. So I think next time, if I do another kit like this, I would definitely do it that way. Because this did kind of eat up some of the planning real estate. But I went ahead and I just put down like the today headers and just planned clear to the bottom. I did put down some other washi you'll see in a minute. But my goal was that, hey, if I needed that space, I would just go ahead and put down a label or a half box clear to the bottom of the page. But I really think it was kind of fun having the washi right there in the middle, almost like just a nice little visual break between the to-dos and the todays. So that was fun. I'm kind of, you know, like when we put the full boxes in the middle of the page, it kind of does that same thing, but this was just a little different. And I'm in love with this polka dot washi. I'll be really sad when it's gone. But I organized my washi this week, and I've decided I really do have a problem. I need to stop buying washi tape. For one, I don't use it that much in my regular planning. Usually just a little tiny bit, and that's kind of sad. So, okay. So I made up these little quarter boxes and half boxes that are Disney, and they're not in the shop because I just took the image off of just a Google search, so it's not anything that I purchased. And looks like we kind of had a jump in the video there, like maybe I lost some footage. So anyhow, sorry about that. But anyhow, it was really, really fun to put in because we are going on a Disney trip in March. It's my first time to go to Disney World in Florida, and it's with my daughter's marching band. So getting really stoked that it's just 60 days away. And so I made up those little boxes to mark some things like that. But I also intend to do a couple of Disney spreads, and I'll use those little boxes in it for sure. There's no doubt those are going to get used a bunch in the next couple of weeks. So there, I'm just putting in some of the things that are happening this week in the todays. Some of those little time corners I use are in the deluxe kit of my. I took that from another kit, but if you're looking at them and you're like, what are these time corner things in her kits? Well, this is what they are. They just have a little time on them, and I just stick them in the corner of a box so that I can say, hey, this is the time I have to report. And I think they worked out really nicely. I kind of like them. And I'm actually putting some things in the sidebar, which is amazing because I rarely do that. But all in all, I really, really enjoy this kit. I think the colors are gorgeous, and I'm really enjoying using printables. So I definitely want to make this something I bring to my shop soon. I know I keep saying that. It's just, sometimes I'm just keeping my head above water. So I'm really working on a lot of spring things right now. And once they're up, then hopefully I can turn around and get a good format for printables and get those going for you guys too. Just loving this whole planner and sticker community and all the wonderful creative people that are in it and awesome customers. And it's just been such a great time. Again, I apologize that it's not a chatty video, but honestly, I just don't know how I drew this out for a whole hour, but I certainly managed it. And there I'm just using that. I love that 0.5 pen. It's really cool. I was gonna say it's a Pilot. It's a Pilot V5. And I just like that thin line, but it's really nice black ink. And just filling in the days that I get to work. ATP stands for Apricot Tree Planning. And I hope you guys will jump over to Etsy at some point and look at my shop and hopefully favorite it. Hope you've enjoyed this video and that you will subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a fabulous week.